There's a couple layers with stigma. So I don't think we have outright hostility, right? But I think we do have a lot of really subtle stigma. People thinking that asking for help is weakness. People thinking that taking medication for a mental health issue is not okay, is weakness, is dependency. I would say we have a lot of that kind of stigma. We have a lot of not supportive language where people are using, one of the things I do some suicide prevention trainings, and what always comes up is, well, yeah, but sometimes people are joking about suicide. Really, no one should ever be joking about suicide. And so the fact that we still exist in this community where people are like, well, how do I know if they're joking or if they're serious? And my answer is always you ask them and you talk about it, because we shouldn't be joking about that. So I would say sometimes in our language, we're not creating a safe environment for people. So people who, like in that situation, someone who's truly experiencing suicidal thoughts and crises might not feel safe talking to someone who's making jokes about it. So I would say it's a couple of those layers. There's this sort of internalized stigma where we're like, I need to be tough. I don't need treatment. I shouldn't need treatment. I must be weak if I need treatment. I would say that still exists pretty strongly, especially for our students who are used to being quite successful, who are used to being able, I should be able to do this. I should be able to figure this out. And that's where we tend to make a lot of analogies about, well, if you had diabetes, you would watch your sugar and you would take your insulin and you would do those things if your doctor recommended it. And so it's the same thing for your anxiety. But sometimes it's hard for us to wrap our heads around that because we haven't treated them the same way. We haven't treated them in our culture as equal. And so I would say there's still this fear, this concern, this worry that mental health is a weakness, that getting treatment for it is not being tough enough, not being strong enough, not being smart enough.